Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. With temperatures finally starting to cool off, it actually feels like fall out there now. Ants, beetles, roaches going to be trying to get into your house. Nobody wants that. Call Southeast Termite and Pest Control. They keep those critters out of my house. I love these guys. Give them a shout. They'll take care of your home or your business. Southeast Termite and Pest Control. All right. My VFLs are all here. We got Sterling Hinton, Jacob Gillum, Will Overstreet, Daniel Hood. I threw David Ligon off. This is our Twitter segment. So first question, how serious are the rumors of backup quarterback Quentin Dormady transferring? Those rumors were first out there this summer that Papa wasn't happy and they may transfer. It's awfully early. I would simply say that's a rumor. Who knows? I would simply say this, though. If you have all these 4- and 5-star quarterbacks, you're not going to keep them all. I mean, to me, I wouldn't worry about guys transferring because you're bringing in a boatload of these guys. They're not all going to stay.
If you don't want to stay and compete, I mean, I don't know if we really need you. We've got a great recruiting class. I'm not saying anything bad about Quentin Dormady. I'm not going to say he's not going to compete because I think he will stay and I think he will compete. But Tennessee's had a lot of turnover the past couple of years with more recruits getting in. So I feel like if those guys want to leave and try it somewhere else, great. We'll fill in the spots.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep an eye on Alabama and LSU and Georgia, you see this kind of stuff. If you keep signing these big boys, I mean, here's the thing. There were people gnashing their teeth when Brandon Stewart transferred. How'd that work out? Yeah. Worked out okay with that Manning cat at quarterback. Next question. Are Tennessee's blown leads due to coaches not making halftime adjustments?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just not keeping the foot on the gas. I think it's as simple as that. It's not blowing or not any halftime adjustments. It's just we're not stretching the defense anymore. We're just trying to conservatively get out of it.
I do think this is, like we've talked about, I think Jimmy even said, is that when they do get a lead, they get conservative. So the halftime adjustment, if they have a lead and have a lead a little bit more, is that they stop doing some of the things that they were making them successful in the first part of the game. I think South Carolina came out a few times yesterday, changed up how they were attacking the defense. I think it took a series or two before the defense changed some things, and that's why there was some success. But it's not like you know what they're going to change into exactly after they get out of the halftime. And if I'm behind, I'm changing at halftime a lot more than the guy that's ahead.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's going to take a series or two to then figure out what they're doing to counter that.
Well, the other thing yesterday is you look at Sean Elliott. It was pretty clear he didn't have anything to lose. Flea flickers, 4th and 4, whatever. Let's just do it.
He was smiling on that sideline the whole time, going up and down it.
And I think that was one of the reasons I thought South Carolina was going to be a little bit of a scarier game. You knew what Spurrier. You have a book on Spurrier. You don't have much on this guy. And I thought when you never get in a fight with a guy who's got nothing to lose. And that was Sean Elliott yesterday. He was letting it all hang out.
But we won.
All right, your thought on adjustments, in-game adjustments.
In-game adjustments. I think what happens to us, I believe, is that, like Will's touched on, teams make more than we do sometimes. And that's okay because you're winning. But like you said earlier, had Josh Malone made that catch, who's talking about how many adjustments we made? We win by 10.
Or if Kamara doesn't fumble inside the 10.
Things, you play the game. Things happen inside of a game that you have to respond to. And we responded with a win yesterday.
We've got another question about Tennessee's bowl possibilities. Let me put this up here and I'm going to get your guys' take. All right, here's the way this works. Tennessee fans should be pulling for Alabama, LSU, and Florida to keep on winning. You want as many SEC teams in that playoff and in the Sugar Bowl as possible. Get 3 into that mix, 2 in the playoffs and a 3rd into the Sugar Bowl. Then you may get looked at by the Citrus Bowl. Very doubtful on that one. They pick their own team. The SEC, though, they talk to the teams, they talk to the bowls, they assign teams for the Outback, Music City, TaxSlayer, Liberty, Texas, and Belk Bowls. It's tough to predict because last year nobody had the TaxSlayer for Tennessee. Nobody, because it's no longer, well, this group likes Tennessee. It's whatever the conference and Greg Sankey, the commissioner, is deciding. That's a big part of it. Jimmy Himes told me before the show that he spoke to folks from the Belk Bowl and Music City Bowl. Both want Tennessee badly. Both would like to pair Tennessee with North Carolina, I believe he said, but neither one of them thinks they could do it because North Carolina is going to be in a higher seeded bowl. But anyway, right now the bottom line is, which of those would you want to go to if you had your choice? if you're, as former Vols, as VFLs, which trip would be best for you?
Hey, I'm gonna
Aside from
start
Citrus.
this one.
Aside from Citrus.
Can I start this one?
Yeah,
I'm gonna start. Let me start this one, baby. If we went out, we're going to Tampa. We're going to Tampa.
Outback Bowl.
We're
Okay.
going Outback. Let's get it.
Okay, so after I just spent that whole thing saying you can't predict it, they went out Tampa. Very good. Any of those stand out to you, or just get to a bowl game? Any of those you prefer?
We'll get to a bowl game. I have no doubt in that.
Well, I know, but
I've been to the Music City Bowl and now the Tax Slayer Bowl. Both great bowls, but Outback Bowl is where we need to be. That's where everybody wants to go. That's what the goal is.
Okay.
You took my one ball. I'd gone to the Citrus. That's where I would have changed it to. But some place warm is usually about that time is where you want to play.
Carrie Underwood will be doing a concert before the Belk Bowls. That change anybody's thinking?
No.
No.
I never got to go to too many bowls, so I'm in the bowl to just get to a bowl. And then, but obviously you want to try to be on a New Year's Day or, the second bowl, because again, you don't have to compete with everyone else, your national audience and everything else. But I'm in the bowl. I got to go to 2 bowls, and they were great. Didn't matter where it was at. Just get to a bowl.
Very good. All right, guys, I appreciate it. When we come back, quick slants, and none of them will be about Carrie Underwood, apparently. Come on back to Sports Source.
From East Tennessee to Kentucky, no job is too small for Benedict Construction. Electrical work, heating and air installation, even carports and garages. With a reputation for excellence, rely on the custom work of Benedict Construction.